terms of there being a group of New Zealanders from all walks of life that are disappointed in your leadership. You write about a woman coming up to you in public toilets in 2022 to thank you for, quote, ruining the country. What do you make of there being people that are angry at you that do believe that?
So I think what I would say is that I know that this is not something just particular to New Zealand, first of all. Interestingly, almost regardless of the approach you took in COVID, I see that group exists in almost every country. Now, I don't say that to somehow say, well, therefore, the fact those groups exist doesn't matter. It does matter. It does matter. And so the first thing I think is, for the good of New Zealand, we should stop, take a moment, reflect on what happened so that we can learn from that. And, we've had 2 COVID inquiries doing that, both of which I've appeared before and supported, given evidence to, because I want us to.
Did we hear that, New Zealand? There's been 2, and she's been before both of them, just as a reminder. The narrative spin was she wasn't going to come before the second one. No, she did. The truth was she declined to do that publicly, but she completely appeared before it, just so we're clear. So there's no ambiguity there whatsoever. She did what she was, what she thought she was called to do as the leader. She came before it and she reported to it. She gave the answers. They then wanted to ask her the same questions, but in public, they saw that there wasn't a need for that. Just so we're clear.
Had 2 COVID inquiries doing that, both of which I've appeared before and supported, given evidence to, because I want us to learn those lessons and I want there to be a critique of decision making. I think that's really important for any future situation, which we of course all hope we will not have, but must prepare for. The second thing is, well, if this exists everywhere, then what is the common denominator? And I do think as a global community, we need to start thinking about that, because not just the situation for pandemics, but anywhere we need to build consensus. We need to understand what's standing in our way of being able to have that respectful dialogue that doesn't descend into violence. And we certainly hear some people talking about the need to have those conversations, but I think there needs to be more of it. Finally, at a personal level, there's a documentary now that shows what it was like leading through that period. And I hope if anyone watches that they see, regardless of where you sit on any decision making, I think it's one of those things that just, again, reminds people that there were humans there doing the best they could, politicians and incredible civil servants who I have so much admiration for just doing their best.
I haven't seen the documentary, actually. It's prompted me to remind me about going to see it.
No, I haven't yet either.
Maybe we should all do it. And you're here next Monday, eh? We'll do a review on Monday. You're here next Monday? Yeah?
I'm not here next Monday.
Okay. Maybe you should watch it on
I'll confirm to you when I'm leaving this country. Look, my overwhelming thought, and I put it in the chat, I'm going to say it here as well. Remember when we had a smart, empathetic leader that could string together a long concept of thoughts without sounding like a corporate buzzword generator? You remember that? Do you also remember when the people that we are just booting out of our chat, not even for just having account of you for us, but for being fucking boring? They're just boring. Just, I'm making up a different version of Jacinda's name. All of this sort of stuff. It's so tired and we're so sick of it. It's not triggered. It's boredom. You've got nothing. You could even chalk this up as a win. You army of retards ran this woman out of the country. She had to pack up her family and go to another country because you guys can't form a coherent argument without being abusive, threatening someone's life on the internet, chasing her with cars and confronting her in public toilets. Fuck you.
And that's not the worst story.
For not being able to manage your feelings or put your argument out there like an actual grown adult, or even like most of us were able to go, you know what? This is for the common good. This is the best information anybody has. We're doing this for other people. I'm going to do it. I'm going to trust that there's people that know more than me. Not someone that's gone to the fucking internet university of Telegram and decided that you know more than these people that have studied for literal decades, experts in their field, people that have trained to make these decisions and were elected by the people to make those tough decisions. You decided you knew more, but the only thing you had was ignorance and anger. And you've cost us a generational leader, and now we have Christopher fucking Luxon and the worst economy in the OECD. And arguably a more divided country than we had when COVID was here.
Yeah.
You're a net negative to this country.
I actually agree with you, Chewie, a generational leader. I remember interviewing Michelle Acorte through that period, and she was talking about voting. So it would have been pre-2020. It was probably during the first stages of the pandemic. And she said, why would I vote for an average man over an exceptional woman? And we lost an exceptional leader because of a huge number of average New Zealanders. Now, if anyone gets offended by that and they're thinking that I'm calling them detestable or whatever the American terms are, whatever. We lost a generational leader over some very, very average New Zealanders' complaints.